Hey everybody! Did I sound like Lisa? Anyway, Lisa's out being irresponsible and swimming and doing family stuff. Not really irresponsible, but she's out having a good time. But we're about to leave on our trip and there's a few things I need to fix, so I thought I would show you guys. So let me turn this around. It's flying here so you can see what I'm working on. So this is the one that's on Lisa's side. It's a light and the switch to the light that's over here somewhere. That light. And it's also our power bank for when we're up here in the front seats. And currently it is just stuck on there with double-sided tape, the heavy-duty stuff. And when Taj was in the shop for 2 days, it got hot in here and mine decided to fall off the wall. So I am going to secure these with bolts for now so that won't happen. And what I'm having to do is this hole here, I have to drill bigger, and I have to put a hole here and put in these things called rib nuts, which are these little guys. And so you stick them in the hole and you use a special tool that splays it out, and so it's in there, and then you can screw a bolt into it. So that is what I'm fixing to work on. All right, so I have taped this bag here to catch the metal shavings, because even though they're small little tiny things, you don't want them all over the van, but you also don't want them falling down in places and accidentally getting wet and starting to rust and then touching the van and causing the van to start rusting. And yes, a little tiny piece of metal can cause a huge problem. So if you're doing stuff like this, catch your shavings. All right, the 2 holes are drilled, and as you can see, there's quite a bit of old nail shavings. Back. Alright, and to keep it from rusting, I'm just going to hit it with a little white spray paint, just a little. Just. Alright. Not the prettiest job, but it's not going to be seen, and eventually this will all be covered up. Alright, so that there is the rift tool. And so you have to pick the proper ones for the kind of bolt that you're using. And we're going to be using this 1/4 by 20. And so we have to load that into this tool. And you just screw it in and put this little pin through to hold it. So there's the pieces. I don't know if I can do this one-handed. Let's see. Okay. Alright, so this goes through this end this way. This goes in there. And this screws in. Alright, now I'm not going to be able to put the pin in, but through there is where you put that little pin. Alright, I got the pin in. And then here's how you use to adjust it as you're putting it in to make it splay out. And you screw the rib nut on the end of there. So I will do what I can to show you putting one in, if I can, by myself. Alright, so the paint's dry, the nut's loaded, stick it in the hole, and then you pull these apart, which cannot be done with one hand. Okay, so that's what it looks like when the rev nuts get put in, and then I'm going to just screw the box on. Show you that in a second. All right, box is on. It's really tight. It's not going to go anywhere. I've got to, fortunately I put ends on here, so when it fell it just unplugged, so nothing got damaged. I just have to hook it back up, put the faceplate back on that has the light on it, and this side will be good to go. I did rotate it because I have been tearing up my charging cords from sitting on them, and it bends the plug, so I figure if I put them in that way and I sit on it, it's just going to pull it out instead of bending the plug. But I sit on them when I'm getting in and out of the vehicle and don't realize they're in my way. So hopefully that'll save me from having to buy as many charging cords. Alright, I got the plate on, but the way the light's attached, it's just going to have to be a little crooked, but that's okay to keep me from messing those up. So that one's all done. Now I just have to do the other side.